Wow, is this really breakfast? Man. Wow. Trying to get some breakfast sorted. Is this really breakfast? I'm not even sure. But is this breakfast? This morning is a no breakfast mood. Even though time is going, it's a no breakfast mood. We need to grab something and just place in the stomach. But here, you can see my bowl there. It's a clear bowl. You can see a spoon there. Yeah, I hope you can see. And there's something inside there that seems to be some amount of cinnamon powder. Yeah, is that really breakfast? No, something has to be wrong. That can't be breakfast. Something is definitely wrong. That alone, there must be some hidden ingredients to add to that. But yes, as I keep saying, breakfast, the most important meal of the day. You're breaking that fast, or it is the first meal after you have slept overnight, and yeah, that's breakfast. Yeah, you must be wondering, is that really going to be breakfast? Or there are some hidden ingredient? I think I need to add something else to that. Where have I placed it? Yeah, I'm gonna add something to that. Let us move that spoon a little. And this is our breakfast idea. So inside there, that's one thing. So I have some cinnamon powder, ground cinnamon. What am I adding next? What am I adding? I'm adding some flaxseed. Strange breakfast. But there has to be other things that I'm going to add. It has to be. There has to be some other things that I'm going to add. Yeah, I'm going to add to that breakfast. I tell you, this breakfast idea is strange. Really is strange. And I am going to add something that I seldomly have for breakfast. It's more like a weirdo. Can you guess what that is? Can you guess what I'm going to have for breakfast? It's more like a weirdo. Weirdo breakfast idea. So let us look at it again. That's breakfast. I want to add a few stuff to that. It is breakfast. Nothing but breakfast. It's gonna be breakfast. So we're looking at it. And breakfast can be so simple. Some person have a glass of juice, or maybe say just fruit. Here we are going to add, what is it? This seems to be some cereal. And I'm going to add a little cereal to that. A little cereal to it. This is like corn cereal. Yeah, this is a simple, fast breakfast. And there I'm going covering to see, yeah, simple breakfast, so simple. There we go. Yeah, this is what we have added. That's our breakfast. But can you believe it? That this is all that we are going to have for breakfast. No, something else has to go there. What else can go with this? Can I add fruit juice to this? Or maybe I can add a little more flaxseed. What are we going to add to that? Do you think that alone will go? Or maybe I can add some oats to it. This is oatmeal, serious oatmeal. And I'm going to add some amount of oatmeal in my airtight container. Let me try and position it a little better so you can see that's my airtight container. Just gonna open it, flip. Yeah, and I'm gonna add a little oats to this. So that's instant oats. Yeah, and we're making breakfast. So we're not going to add a lot to that. Still gonna add a little more flaxseed. So it's what we have. Wow, there we go. If you're just joining the channel or if you're just joining the live, give the video a like. Please, thank you. Give the video a like. Yeah, I need to add something to that. Seriously. Just must add something to that. Can I add fruit juice? All I'm going to add to that, some fresh milk. That's what I'm going to add to it, some fresh milk. Or can this alone be a good breakfast for me? Some fresh milk. Yeah. And we are going to have breakfast. Wow, this seemed to turn out well after all. And I'm going to add a little more oatmeal to this, just a little more. Little more oatmeal. If you're just joining the video, can you give the video or the live stream a like? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me put this back, and there's one thing else I need to add. So one other thing I want to add. This is what I want to add too. This is chia seed. I'm going to add some chia seed to this. Wow. Now we can see these dark specks. It's more ideal for heated or hot mix. Yeah. This is nice. If you're just joining the live, consider liking the live. Or is this really breakfast? For a grown man like me, is this really breakfast? Wow. Think I need to add just a little bit more laxative. And this is a very good laxative. It causes free movement of your bowels. Bowels. But I still think I need to add a little more oats. So I'm going to add a little more oat to this. I think that should be it. If you were there earlier, and I'm going to add, this is what I'm going to add. Hope you can see, this is some cinnamon powder, not a lot. I've added some at the base already, so let us make our final mix here. This viscosity is looking well. Good viscosity. Yeah, that seems like it's going to be our breakfast. It's gonna be our breakfast. So while we prepare to have our breakfast, let me just clean up all of that mix. In the meantime, let us get a better look. Yeah, that's breakfast. And I'm definitely going to have some of this. Definitely. My stool is there. Let me get rid of what I do not need. But that's breakfast. And that's a simple breakfast. Very simple. The issue with a breakfast like this, you're going to need something else to go with it. Right? But if you don't have anything else, then you'll have to have it all by itself. You're gonna have to have it all by itself. So, yes, thank you so much for joining the stream. Again, you can always comment, have you ever had this type of breakfast? It has some instant oats. It has also some cornflake cereal. That's a base, and I add some cinnamon to that. Give it a little flavor because the fresh milk or the whole milk will make it the taste a little bland. So there's some cinnamon, and I add some flaxseed and also a chia seed. Again, this is breakfast idea and essential from the channel Malachi M. Roa, and we are doing another live. Fortunately, last week we did not get to do, that live. I wasn't feeling that wonderful. So, unfortunately that did not work out. But yes, for this live, we are going to have our cereal. Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to have maybe a little, not all at once, but a little at a time. Yeah. It is good. Tasteless though. What else would you have added to this breakfast? Comment and let us know. Leave a comment as to what else you would add. I have my fresh milk. I have oatmeal. I also have cornflakes. A little cinnamon for flavor. I had some flaxseed and chia seed. But what else would you have added to this? Please comment below. This is not bad. If it's the first time you're joining the channel, whether a live stream, a short, or a long video, consider liking the video if you have not. More importantly, please subscribe and share with a friend. Back to what is in my bowl. Are you seeing? Yeah, that's in my bowl still. And I am having a little as it goes. from top to bottom. But yeah, here in the distance I have another bowl, and I'm trying to make something to go with this breakfast. Yeah, that's our breakfast. You just join in, consider liking the video. Also, yeah, you can subscribe if you see it fit. But that's a nice way to support the channel. But that is nice. That is nice. Again, as I say, breakfast like this, you will have to add something else to it. So a breakfast like this is not enough. It's just to maybe keep the system going. But the entire idea of, say, a breakfast, well, it depends on the location. It also depends on the culture. Again, many Caribbean people are adapting international cultures, and they become either Americanized or such. But at the end of the day, we have to, well, let me not say have to, at the end of the day, breakfast. Breakfast is key, very much, integral part of what we do. Again, it is said that we should have our heavier meal first, our heaviest meal first, and the lightest meal after. I think we do that in the reverse. But whether we do it that way, or we do it this way, yeah, it should be done. For breakfast, that is my breakfast. That's my breakfast. And again, it involves oats, instant oats, it involves cornflakes, and some whole milk, fresh whole milk. A little cinnamon, some flaxseed, and a little chia seed. Have you had breakfast like this? Please comment. Hello, Chrisette Morgan. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being a part of the channel. Have you had a breakfast like this? It's oats, it's cornflakes, and fresh milk. As I was saying earlier, people tend to use simple, some of these simple Oriental breakfasts where you have your cereal, your milk, and this is one, but it's more like a hybrid because it involves both your cornflakes, which is one cereal, and instant oatmeal, which is another. But I put a little extra spice in it. I add some cinnamon powder, I add some flaxseed, ground flaxseed, I also add some chia seed and fresh milk. Thank you for joining, Chrisette Morgan. Where are you joining or watching from? Again, if you're just joining or you're new, consider liking the live stream. It's a simple breakfast. I don't know if you consume such breakfast, but every now and then I will have a breakfast like this. But again, I have to have something else to go with it. This cannot be all that I am going to have for breakfast. So yeah, something else has to go with it. But what do you think I could add to this breakfast? What else could be added to this breakfast? What else could be added to this breakfast? Can anyone guess? What else could we add to this breakfast? I, for one, could add a number of things, right? For one, I could maybe add some sweetened flakes or sweetened cereal. And for the children, you could add some sprinkles. You could add some sprinkles to that. Some sprinkles would be good. So we could add some sprinkles to that breakfast. Now all of the milk has been soaked up and the cereals become soft. It's more like a pudding or a porridge. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this breakfast idea, so simple. It's more like an appetizer. It's more like an appetizer where you just have it and then you have something else. But this is what it is. Not breakfast. Looking at it, getting closer to the end. Yeah, and we want to have a nice breakfast. We want to have a nice breakfast. That's what we want to have. Nice one. Nice breakfast. Yeah, we want to have ourselves a decent breakfast. Or a follow-up or something additional to what I am having. This is just a part of it. That's just a part of it. But we need to have something else. We need to have something else with that breakfast. Because that by itself isn't enough. Again, what some persons do, they have more like an early breakfast and then a late breakfast. For early, it could be fruit juice, it could be fruit, it could be some cereal, and then after, say about 10 o'clock, they'll have maybe a sandwich to go with the breakfast. Well, that wouldn't be bad at all, but is this really breakfast that I'm having? I don't think that's really breakfast. It has to be more than breakfast. I can tell you. Oats, it gives energy. So you have a slow release of energy from your oat or your oatmeal. So you've got that slow release of energy. Also from the oatmeal, it helps with cholesterol. So a person with cholesterol issue, you can use that. And the fresh milk that goes with it is not sweet. And even persons who have issue with diabetes, whether type 1, type 2, this can assist too because there's very little sugar. There is carbohydrate and there's a slow release. The little sugar may come from the corn flakes, and even though it's not sweet, a little tip may be there. Getting some energy also from the fat that is in the fat or the oil that is in the corn flakes. So yeah, that's not bad. And the milk tend to have a small amount of protein. Even though it's whole milk, some of these things may have been removed. So sometimes we have to be very careful. Those persons who like these plant-based milk, that would be good, like your almond milk or your oat milk. Yeah, those are good addition, but again, you have to acquire the taste, especially for the oat milk. Almond milk, because it can be coconut flavor, vanilla, or strawberry flavor, that one is not so bad. But again, and they can be sweetened or they can be unsweetened. Yes, that is key. But most of these are imported to the Caribbean. Right? So yes, for that quick. And then after now, you can have a sandwich, or in the Caribbean, we can have what we call fritters. Saltfish fritters, sweet fritters, and so on. But yeah, that's my breakfast. That's our breakfast. Let me look and see what is going on here. Yeah. Yeah, we need to get on this nice. Yeah. But with that, that would be nice. Be nice. especially if you have some hard work to do. So yeah, this is part of our breakfast. And somewhere else, yeah, we're trying to get something added to this. Yeah, we're trying to get something added to this. But yes, this is the breakfast that we started with. And I want to show you what else we are going to do. I think we are going to get something else done. So yeah, that is what I was having oatmeal. But I need to show you something else. Yeah, I need to show you something else. Yeah, I need to show something else. Maybe a little tedious, but I'm going to try and show us. So additionally, I'm going to have some, we tend to call them floppy jack, or floppy, that's what we call them. So it's like a pancake, but it is thicker. And here I had mixed up some ripe banana, that one. I mixed some ripe banana, I add some baking flour and regular counter flour. Get me a mix. I think I need a little more light. Is that good? Great. But this is the mix. And I have it. Grease the saucer pan. So I have it here being cooked. But not only that, we cover it sort of to let it bake a little. So that is it being covered. Because we want to get it baked. That is what we are going to have additionally with our breakfast. That's what we're going to have. Yeah, that is what we're going to have it with. So yes, I'm going to cover it completely. And we're going to have that for our breakfast. Or additionally for our breakfast. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, so while it is there and it is getting... Yeah, while it is there and it is getting steamed. It's there and it's getting steamed. We are doing something else so that we can have. That is what we're going to have additionally. So if you're just joining the channel or you're just watching, yeah, that's what we're having. It's more like we call them floppy jack. It's like a pancake, but it's thicker. It doesn't have that much raising agent. That's what we are having. What we're having, and that is what is going to go with going to go with whatever we're having. That's what is going to go with it. That's what is going to go with it. That is what we're going to have. We call those flappy jack. That's what we call those, flappy jack. Some people have some variation as snappy jack. That's what we're going to have. So we are steaming it. We are steaming it. So that, because it is thicker and it has raising agent, but less, we tend to steam it. So yeah, that is it, steaming it. Yeah, that is it. It's like a pancake. Or it could also be termed as a roti by the Indians. Because they are sweetened rotis. And yeah, covering it for the last time. Covering it for the last time. So that we can make, yeah. That is it. Yeah, that is it. So we are trying to get as much done as possible. Yeah. Whenever next side go, we're gonna take it out. Now we're gonna take it out when next we So we are getting the second part of our breakfast ready. That's what we are trying to do. Getting the second part of our breakfast ready. And again, we are making some, we call them flappy jack. Not sure what you call them, but that's what I call them. So we're going to take out the first one. Yes, it is a Chanel Malachi Emerald. We're going to take out the first one. Yeah, and it's like pancake. If you look over, you'll see. So the first one, yeah, there it is. There goes the first one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my grease and start with the second set. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to get it spread out. add everything. We're making like 2 everything. We want to cover the entire saucer. Again, so we don't want to make it too thin like the regular pancake. Right? That one will raise, or the air will cause it to be extra fluffy. These are going to be dense. So there it is first, then I'm going to cover. And that cover now will cover it, will steam it up. Yeah, so let us get the flame down a little. Yeah, we are making what we call floppy jack. Floppy jack. There it is. Get it all of those right. That's it. So getting everything in order. And then we are going to cover. We're going to cover once more. So now, yeah, so we're going to cover, let it steam a little. So we are going to look. So after covering it, it will steam a little. You can see that the top is steam. Yeah, and what we want to do now, we want to get it flipped. I've gone bad a little on it. Yeah, I think I've recovered. A little. So that is what it should look like. That is what it should look like. Yeah. And I'm going to steam them again. Covering it up. Just going to add a little. I'm going to cover it for the last time. Yeah, that should be it. Covering it for the last time. Covering it up for the last time. Yeah, just want to get it nice. And this last one is a little different. Yeah, this one is a little bit different. There it is. A little different. But that's what it is. Our breakfast. So we're going to have some breakfast. Yeah, and this one is getting cooked. It is getting cooked. It is getting cooked. So that's it. It is getting, yeah, it is getting cooked. That's what it is. It's getting, yeah, it's getting cooked. And that's what it is. Whew. Isn't this looking good? Whew. This is looking good. This is looking really good. Need to get it flipped. Whew. Wow. Oh, this is looking nice. Nice color, dark brown. It's nice and soft because of some of this raisin flour, or baking flour that is. Add a little ginger to this one, some applesauce. Yeah. Some applesauce. Man, that's nice. I'm going to cover. Turn it a little down and I'm going to cover. So we are going toward the end right here. We're going to cover. So as I had said, this is one. What are we going to have it with? Again, I'm not advertising any brand, but we're going to have some sardines with pepper. Actually, it is Grace, but we're not advertising the brand. Yeah, so we are getting there in a minute or two. In a minute or two, we are going to stop that. We're going to have something to eat. Yeah, in a minute or two. So what I will do, yeah, I will let you see the flame is low. And you will see everything. Everything that is going. Everything that is going. Next, when I go, I will just remove that one from the stove top. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna remove it. We wanna have a nice little breakfast. Yeah, so we're getting there. I think we're getting there. I did say when I return I'm going to remove. So that's what I'm going to do. When I remove it. Wow. So what I'm going to do, my sardine. Yeah, I'm going to get my sardine cooked. Cover it, but there's some amount of oil that is scrapping. I'm going to turn it really low. There goes my sardine, bro. And I don't want it to, some amount of pepper there, it seems to be chilly. I'm going to add a little pepper sauce to that. When I'm having it, I can always add my extra pepper. Fish require pepper and it requires lime or lemon juice. So for this, just gonna get it, ensure that it's warm. Ensure that it's warm. Let me add some lemon juice right now, or lime juice right now. Right now. So to this, I'm adding some, see, lime juice. So lime juice mix. Yeah. That will get rid of some of what we see, the rawness. Bring up the flavor a little. Little pieces of jalapeno pepper in it. So that seems to be it. That's nice. A little tiny. Yeah, so I'm going to turn it off. Yeah. So you want to see? That's it. That is it. And the rest of it, that's breakfast. It's breakfast. That is breakfast. So right here, I have some, this is sardine with pepper, and it's jalapeno pepper. So I add some hot pepper sauce to it for it to be even more spicy. And I add some lime juice. Over there, those are my Flappy Jack They're more like pancakes, but with very little raising agent. They are more dense. And that is what we are going to have for breakfast. So what do you think about the breakfast idea? First part, we were guessing, is this really breakfast? Where we had our oatmeal and some corn flakes with fresh whole milk, a little cinnamon, a little flaxseed, and a little chia seed. That's what we had first. But I did say that that by itself is not enough for breakfast, especially for a working man. And you know, while I was doing that, I was preparing the mixer for my floppy jack. Floppy jack. It's not sloppy, floppy. This is why floppy. More like a pancake, but it's solid. You could call it a pancake or it's a derivative of. And this is our protein base. High in protein. High in fatty acids. Good fatty acids. Omega-3. And yeah, there we are. So we have our protein base. We have our carbohydrate and vitamin base. We have our protein and mineral base. Yeah, so all of that is our breakfast. Am I going to serve? Yes, of course. I'm going to serve. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take up some of my protein, which is my sardine, and I have it crushed. Yeah, have it crushed. Covered. And I'm going to cut. Tend to cut, and I'm going to cut. Let us go on the other side. Maybe you can have it. You can see better. So I'm going to cut. Yeah, forgive me for the noise there. But I'm going to cut. And we tend to cut in pieces, smaller pieces. I'm going to cut. This one here too. This one is more floppy. This is what we're going to cut. As soon as it cools, we get a better cut. So we're going to cut and we're going to add. Yeah, we're going to have that's what we're doing. And there goes the other. So this is it. This is my breakfast. This is what I'm going to have for breakfast number 2, or the second part of the breakfast. The more like scrambled sardine. And I add some amount of hot pepper sauces. It has jalapeno in it, and I have some hot pepper sauce and lemon juice. These are my floppy jack. That is what breakfast is going to be. Yeah, so we have seen the second part of the breakfast. Seen that second part of the breakfast. So I'm going to, move around so we can get even a first impression. Can get even a first impression as to, how it is. How it is. So we are back to where we started on our kitchen counter for our breakfast. That's where we're at. Right at our kitchen counter. And what does my kitchen counter? You can look and you see there in the distance, not very far. My favorite people call me Dad. Yeah, so now I'm going to have breakfast. There it is. Start a little light. Yeah, there. Oh, this is not bad at all. And this is it. Yeah. A little spicy. It's not bad. So you're cutting hot stuff. It's best you get a serrated edge knife. Look at it. So yeah, just showing us hope that we found this live very informative. And even though we started with a very simple breakfast, this breakfast was more like a twofold. Oatmeal first with our cornflakes, fresh milk. That wasn't enough. And then we made some floppy jack, and that's what I call them, floppy jack. It's like pancake, but they are dense and they are more fruity. And yeah, after that, you know, we have prepared some sardine with pepper, and I add additional pepper and lemon. Yeah, so thank you so much for being a part of the live. Whether you watch it live or you watch it delayed, remember to subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. Like the videos, check out all my playlists, especially breakfast ideas and essential. There are many other videos that you can watch, all different form, short, long video, or live stream. Share with friends and family, share on your platform, and please visit all of the different stages of my development, and you will see that this is a good channel to be a part of. Malachi M. Rowe. Until the next one, breakfast, see ya.